Today's video is going to be all about the law of attraction. What is the law of attraction? Is it a real thing? Can it be proven? Can it be tested? How can it benefit you? Can it benefit you? Let's dig in and find out. So the law of attraction got its popularity from the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And this was one of the very first books. Actually, this was the first book that I read when I was coming out of a high control religious group. This book opened me up tremendously. It really made me start thinking, made me start reflecting back on my life, on my childhood, on things that have played out, things that didn't play out the way that I anticipated. And so it really opened my mind, it opened my heart. And I would say this book set the tone of my journey over the last about 5 years. So first off, what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is the principle that like attracts like. And if you've heard of this law of attraction, you may have heard that phrase, like attracts like. There's actually been a study done using tuning forks. And so if you were to ding one of the tuning forks, and let's say there are 5 other tuning forks nearby that they have not been rang, they're just stationary, sitting there, tuning forks, ready to be used, if you would. If you play one tuning fork and one of these other 5 matches up to the frequency of the tuning fork that you have rang, the others will begin to ring too, to vibrate too. So it's this principle that like attracts like. Now, I did come across a study just recently that I thought was worth mentioning, and it's actually a discovery by Dr. Yukawa, who won a Nobel Prize in physics. And he discovered something called the strong force. What is the strong force? The strong force is actually 100 times stronger than the electromagnetic force, which we're all probably familiar with. Opposites attract. But this strong force is 100 times more strong than that electromagnetic force. And this strong force indeed proves that like attracts like. So if you want to read the full article, I'll link it down below for you. But like does attract like. And so what does that mean? It means that in order for you to manifest something, to create the life of your dreams, you need to already be that version of you that already has that thing that you want. So in The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, she talks about a formula. And I remember when I first read this book, I wrote that little formula on sticky notes and put them everywhere in my car when I pulled the shade down. What is that thing called? The visor. When I pulled the visor down, boom, there was the formula. At my desk, when I used to go into the office, boom, there was the formula. Everywhere I could look, this formula was there because I needed the reminders. I needed to feel the feelings that I wanted. So what is this formula? Ask, believe, receive. So I want to break down this formula a little bit further because this has been discussed by numerous other people after watching The Secret. I really feel that The Secret, the book or the movie, is so beneficial to people that are just getting started on this journey of spirituality, of truth, for seekers like myself, like you, most likely, if you're watching this. So let's break it down. Ask. By asking the universe, you can consider that a prayer. You can consider that a wish. You can consider that a journal entry. You are asking for what it is you want to create, what it is you want to manifest. And so asking is essentially like picking out the pair of shoes that you want at the store. What it is that you desire. That's the asking. You can consider it a prayer. You can consider it a journal entry. You can consider it a thought. But everything begins with a thought, begins with asking for it. What is it that you desire? That's the first step. The second step is to believe. Now, I'm speaking only from my own personal belief system, from my own personal life experience and experience using the law of attraction. To me, believing is believing that it is possible for you, believing that it's attainable to you, believing that it can be yours, and taking it a step further, believing that it already is yours. So if you want, let's say, money, $100,000, let's just put an example out there. If you want that $100,000, perhaps you need that $100,000, you ask for it, and now you have to believe that it's yours. So what does that mean to believe it? There's an emotion involved there, isn't there? There's a feeling intertwined in that belief. It's mine. I can feel it. I believe it. I know it to be true. I know it to be certain. I know it to be mine. That was not touched upon as much as it should have been in The Secret. So once you believe it, once you feel it, once you have that emotion as if it's already yours, the next step is to receive it. Receive it. Be open to it. Be open to the possibilities of it. And what exactly does that mean? It means that you are not so fixated on the how. How is this going to manifest? It has to be this way. I can only get that $100,000 if I win the lottery. Now, let's just think about that for a second. Your goal is $100,000. That's your goal. If the only way that you can attain that $100,000 is by winning the lottery, you have just shut down so many opportunities, so many doors that would lead you to the possibility, to the end result of that $100,000. So that's why I tell you, forget about the how. Throw out the how. Forget about how it's going to happen, how it's going to play out. Let go of that control, and that can be the hardest thing to do. Let go of that control. Trust in the co-creative process that you are entitled to, that you are creating with the universe. It is you and it is the universe. And together you are co-creating your life. You put these thoughts out there, you put these intentions, you put these goals, what you want in life, you put it out there in the universe. And if you use this formula, ask, believe, receive, the universe does not know the difference between you feeling that you have it and you actually having it. So it does its half and it creates it for you. It says, Jenna must have that $100,000 because she put that feeling out into the universe. And so we're going to bring it to her now because it doesn't know the difference between a thought, a feeling, an intention, and reality. So if you can marry the two together, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to? It's not a selfish thing. You deserve to live the life of your dreams. You deserve to have what you want. So long as it is within your highest good and the highest good of all, I think you deserve it. Do you? And that's the question to ask yourself. If you really feel that you deserve it, if you really believe that it's attainable to you, it's available to you, then it's absolutely possible. It all starts with a thought. Your thoughts affect your emotions affect your behaviors, your actions, and in turn, it affects your whole life, doesn't it? All with one thought. Every great invention that ever came about was started by one thought. And so I want you to ask yourself, I want you to challenge yourself, what do I want in life? Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's financial security. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to help people. Whatever it is, I challenge you to get a clear vision. Start with that thought, because thoughts can be measured. Thoughts emit frequency, and the universe hears that thought. And it also hears the emotion behind it. No, I could never get that $100,000. Nope, I can never. That's not realistic for me. I can't have that relationship. Nope. Just gonna be alone for the rest of my life. Whatever it may be, it feels that emotion behind it. And so the key is to use the full formula. To think it, to feel it, to believe it, to have the emotions as if it already is yours. And it will come to fruition. It's just a matter of time. So look back at your life. Look at the good things. Look at the bad things. And see if you can see if you can remember, what were you feeling at that time? What were you going through at that time? What was your thought process? What was your mentality at that time? And how did it affect the outcome? I know when I did that, I had a huge realization that a lot of things that I thought was outside of me were actually inside of me. A lot of things that I deemed as miracles, really, they were miracles. However, I had this drive, I had this passion, and I created situations and circumstances and a network of people to make certain things possible for me. And I'll go into more detail in the future as far as examples of that. But look back at your life and see what realizations you can come to. For many of us, including myself, I was taught to pray to a God in the sky who might listen to your prayers and might make them come true if it's in line with his will. And his will is not really to make you happy and blissful and live the life of your dreams. His will is to, we won't even go there. But that's not the truth. Prayer can be something beautiful. It can just be a feeling. If you're familiar with Gregg Braden's work, he talks about the forgotten prayer, the feeling. Not to ask for it, not to pray for it, but to just feel it as if it already is yours. And friends, I assure you that is the key. The key is the feeling. So think it, feel it, believe it, receive it. Add your own little steps into that formula. Make it personal to you, because you're the only one that knows how things have played out for you. So I'm looking forward to the new year. This is going to be my last video for the year, and I am going to, dare I say, make a New Year's resolution to put out one video a week in 2022. This is something that has been weighing very heavily on me. Lots of thought patterns coming up, little shadow work needed to be done, and I am doing the work. So I will see you all back in 2022. Have a happy and healthy and safe new year. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Much love and light.